In searching for those distinguishing characteristics that separate freedom from liberty, it feels like in the research, it kind of takes us in circles. In the article that we read a couple weeks ago, Reflections on Ancient and Modern Freedom by Alexander Rosenthal Pubal, he puts forth that idea of an awkward question of what does freedom mean? And he states that there's not a definitive answer. The definition of liberty has proven equally elusive. To many out there, the two words are interchangeable, and the choice of which one to use at any given time is decided by the author. However, in her argument in Are Freedom and Liberty Twins, Hannah Finchel Pitkin states that the idea that freedom and liberty are interchangeable is prima facie implausible because the two words have entirely different ancestries. She posits that the language and culture that created the word imbued it with meaning, thus they cannot be interchangeable. While there is some plausibility to this idea, language is not static, and the words have taken on new meanings as they move within and between cultures. There was a suggestion putting this idea to the test by repeating the familiar cry of the French Revolution with each of the two words. Do liberty, equality, and fraternity mean the same thing as freedom, equality, and fraternity? Or does the dissonance we hear in those statements, does it come from our familiarity with the phrase or our American definition of the words? Others, like Isaiah Berlin in his two concepts of liberty, make the distinguish between positive and negative liberty, or, as it said, freedom from and freedom to do or be. Or, as others have said, freedom from domination and freedom from interference. For some, these divisions lead to a discussion of political rights and personal rights. Negative freedom being free from government oppression and tyranny, and positive freedom is being free to do or become whatever you so will. Through the time period that the class has developed so far, there's been a clear shift in the approach of the ideas of liberty and freedom, given the situation faced by each society. Horatio Specter argues in his Four Concepts of Freedom that the differences in definition and approach to freedom and liberty between Plato's Republic and Aristotle's Politics, in which Aristotle argues for freedom and liberty, strongest in a moral framework, while Plato posits that a wise and strong ruler, or the philosopher king, is necessary to keep those without rational thought from becoming slaves to their passions. He says it's necessary. Specter traces this dichotomy through the work of Hobbes and Locke in their respective Enlightenment works, Leviathan and Second Treatise on Government. While there are some similarities between the two time periods, there's greater emphasis on political freedoms found in these later works. It can also be seen in the continuation of fundamental freedoms found in Magna Carta being woven into the Petition of Right and English Bill of Rights to reassert British freedoms during the tumultuous 17th century in Great Britain.